Hey, thanks for joining me. We're here for a full body workout using our resistance bands. I have a couple different ones, different resistances, and our dumbbells. So, a couple things we're going to need. Most importantly, our water and certainly a towel. We are going to start with a 5-minute warm-up and we will get right into it. So, take breaks as you need, use modifications as they are provided. All right, our first move is called a bear turnover with a hop. So I'm going to start in tabletop. My knees are just hovering off the ground. I'm going to bring one foot over my body, plant that foot, and then jump just a little hop off of your planted foot. We're going to alternate sides. We're here for 1 minute. Alright, our next move is a split down dog with a reach. So we're going to go into down dog. I'm lifting one leg, bending that knee, and then slowly dropping my foot to the ground behind me, and then reaching overhead, getting that nice stretch throughout my back and my core. We are here for 1 minute again, and we'll just be alternating sides. Alright, keep going. Our next move is a fire hydrant lift to a curtsey. So I'm going to start with one leg. We'll do 30 seconds on one side, bending my knee at 90 degrees. I'm going to lift my knee and then plant my foot behind me, dropping that knee behind me as well. Really warming up the hips. 30 seconds on one side. All right, it's time to switch sides, and just a little reminder, keep that weight in the front foot as you're coming down into your curtsey. You're also working that front quadricep and that front glute. Great job. Okay, the next one we're going to warm up the hamstrings. So we're going to go into 3 joggers with an opposite foot touch down. So just making sure that our toes are pointed upwards and we're on our heels. We're going to jog. So 1, 2, 3, and then reach to the opposite toe. Feeling that in the back of your legs, so through your hamstrings. We're here for a minute. All right, our last move in the warm-up is called a figure 4 squat. So I'm going to bring my ankle on top of my opposite knee, and then I want to lower down into my squat. So making sure that I'm hinging forward and keeping a nice alignment in my spine. And I just want to feel some tension. I don't want to feel pain. So just go down as low as your body will allow. the warm-up. We should be feeling nice and hot by now, so grab your water, wipe off your sweat. We have 40 seconds and we will get right back into it. We're going to need our resistance bands for the first little while, and you'll need to have your dumbbells close by. All right, our first move, we're going to go into a push-up, and from that push-up, we are going to either walk or jump to our hands, coming into that low squat, and then from there, we're going to come onto our toes, okay? So I'll show you modified. You'll be on your knees for that push-up, and then instead of jumping to your hands, you'll walk to your hands and still come to your toes, getting that nice workout throughout the calves, okay? So either regular or modified, we're here for 1 minute. Our second move is great for the core and the shoulders. So we're going to be in plank walks, but we're also going to add some knee crunches. So I'm going to come up to a high plank, and then I will do some cross-body knee crunches. So my right knee will come to my left side, and my right knee, or my left knee will come to my right side. And then when I drop down to my forearms in that forearm plank, I want you guys to crunch your knee to your elbows, to the outside of your elbows. And as you can see, I just showed you the modification. So you'll drop those knees and then you'll just do your oblique crunches where your knee comes to the outside of your elbows. All right, let's get our legs and our glutes. So we are going to drop down into a squat hold with 2 alternating butt taps coming up from that squat and then onto our tiptoes to get our calves nice and warm. We're here for 1 minute. All right, let's drop to our knees for some modified tricep push-ups. So my elbows are going to come behind me, my chest in between my hands, and then I'm going to rock back. My butt comes back towards my ankles into a child's pose. And then we'll just rock back and forth. 1 minute here. Have fun. we are going into our reverse lunge to a knee up. So I'm going to step back, dropping my back knee, and then bring that knee up as I jump off of the opposite foot. Okay, let's do 30 seconds on one side. Nice work. Let's switch sides. Time to work our abdominals. We are going to put our feet wide. Our hands come behind our head for a full extension. And then I'm going to tap my one hand to the opposite foot as I look behind me for that nice torso twist. This move is excellent for working the lower abdominals. If you get tired, don't forget, take those breaks. All right, sticking with the abdominals, we are going into a weighted V-sit with a torso twist. So grab your weight. We're going to lean back into that V-sit. So lifting your feet off the ground, leaning back, keeping your chest high, extend your arms, and then start to twist. For modified, you're going to put your feet on the ground and then continue to twist. We are here for 1 minute. Take breaks as you need. Staying in seated position, we're going to go into our side crunches. So I want to bring both feet over my planted weights so that I'm on the side of one hip, and then I'm just going to crunch. So you'll feel that oblique crunch, and we're just sculpting the abs. We're here for another minute. Make sure you're taking those breaks. Keep your chest high and engage your quadriceps. So that just means you're lifting, you're pulling your quadriceps off of your kneecaps. Next up is alternating forward lunges with a single bicep curl. So grab both of your dumbbells. I'm going to step into my forward lunge, weight in that front foot, and then I am going to alternate one bicep curl and then the other. Make sure your elbows are into your sides and bring your weight up all the way to your shoulders. Awesome. We're here for 1 minute. Awesome job, you guys. We are halfway through the hard stuff, so make sure you grab some water, wipe your sweat off. We have about a 40-second break. Enjoy it, and we'll get back into it. Okay, let's set up. We need our bands for the next 8 minutes or so. So I have a medium, a light, and a heavy band. So if you have options, grab them. The first move, we're going to put our bands just over our knees. You don't need to. I'm using 2 here because I need a little bit of an extra resistance. So we're going to go into our squat, out and in jump, to a squat jump. So lower down first, out, in, and then jumping up. Awesome. We are here for 1 minute. You will feel that burn in your hips. And an option is, if you have some bad knees, you don't feel like jumping, get down into your squat hold and just do those lateral taps. Okay, next up we have our hip abductors. So I'm going to put my band or bands above my knee. Coming into my squat first, I'm going to lift one heel and then start pulling my knee to the outside. So I'm going to do that lateral movement, really feeling that in my hips. Once I've done both sides, come up for a nice little break and then sink back into your squat, lift that heel, and then pull your knee out 3 times. All right, continuing to burn our legs, we're going into our banded staggered squat with a knee up. So bands above knees, I'm going to drop my back knee just behind my front ankle and then pulling that knee up, getting a core crunch. We'll do 30 seconds on one side here. Keep your chest high, all of the weight in your front foot. Right on, let's switch sides. 30 seconds left. All right, let's go into our lateral squat walk. So I'm adding another band for some added challenge. We're going to sink into that squat and then just start walking, pulling our band wide and then come up. So squat, step wide, other direction, pressing up. We're here for the minute. All right, grab your light to medium resistance bands, put it around your wrist. We will go into 8 mountain climbers. And then from there, we'll do a push-up, walk or jump to our hands, and we'll do our mid, high, mid shoulder separators. Okay, 8 more mountain climbers. And for that modified push-up, you're going to drop your knees if you need, and then walk up to your hands, stay low. Arms straight as you separate your bands, working your shoulders. We're here for another minute. You can do regular, modified. Don't forget to take breaks. Okay, we're going to put the band above our knees now. I'm going into a heavier resistance. I'm keeping my knees slightly bent and I'm going to step wide, push up, chest comes in between hands. So I'm just going to alternate sides. So step wide in one direction, push up. Other direction, you can drop your knees for modified or keep them off the ground. We're all at different levels. So bring your chest in between your hands. You are dropping forward and then pressing up. Grab your dumbbells. Let's go into our wide squat to an upright row. So I'm going to sink down into that squat, grab my weights, bring them just under my chin. Elbows are wide. I'm really working the shoulders in this one. Okay, and we're pressing up through the heels. Activate your core. Focus on your breath. We got this. All right, this next one is great for the legs, the glutes, the biceps, and the shoulders. We're going into that wide stance. I want you to drop your butt down, grab your weights, elbows come into your side. I'm going to open, and then elbows come wide, palms come down, or they face down. You don't need to hold the squat. That's just an extra added challenge. So we're really working the shoulders and the biceps. So open up, palms face down, elbows wide. Take those breaks. This one's a tough one. Let's grab one dumbbell, bring it above our shoulder. We're going to go into a squat, and then one foot steps wide and behind to a single side press, and repeat. We're doing 30 seconds on one side. Remember to keep all of that weight in the front foot. So squat, curtsy, drop that back knee, and press. Awesome. We're halfway, time to switch sides. Great job, you guys. We have one more minute in the workout before stretching. We're going to go into our wide stance, alternating lateral lunge transitions with a weighted touchdown to a lateral raise. So as you can see, I'm going to push my butt out. I'm coming into that lateral lunge as I tap my weight to the opposite foot and then lifting that arm laterally, lowering the weight slow. Don't drop the weight quick. You're the one in control, not the weight. Excellent. The hard part is over. So let's grab some water, wipe off that sweat. We'll come back in about 30 seconds for a stretching session. All right, let's stretch our lower back. So I'm going to bend one knee. I'm pulling it across my body. The other arm extends, and then I will look in the opposite direction of that bent knee, feeling that in my lower back. 30 seconds on one side. That's halfway. Let's switch sides. under your knee. That might be a good idea. I'm going to pull my ankle into my butt and then pressing my hip forward, getting that nice stretch throughout my quadricep. 30 seconds one side. Breathing into those muscles. Same thing, other side. Coming into pigeon pose. So from plank, I'm going to bring my shin parallel to the front of my mat, chest is high, and then I'm going to walk onto my forearms as far as my body will allow until I feel tension, not pain. We'll do 30 seconds on one side. Come into cat-cow for 30 seconds. So on all fours, plant your hands, nice line in your arms. Your wrists are directly under your shoulders. Inhale, arch, look up, exhale, round. So with your breath, you're going to arch and round your back, stretching out that spine, stretching out your core. Nice work. Now let's straighten those legs and press our heels into our mat. Chest comes into our quadriceps. And let's go into our down dog, stretching our shoulders, our legs, our calves. Hanging out here for a little while. You might want to press your heels one at a time into the mat. Maybe you do both at the same time. And that's a wrap. Awesome job, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm excited for the next video. I'll see you next time.